When the pandemic started, the fishermen were caught flat-footed. We were out at sea when the wholesalers and all the other buyers said they didn't want any more fish. Even the restaurants shut down. So the fishermen had two choices. One is to stop fishing, and one is to pivot to direct marketing. And what we elected in San Diego is to pivot to direct marketing. We already had the Tuna Harbor Dockside Market, so we had a really good beginning. We expanded the fish at the Tuna Harbor Dockside Market. We started an online store, and we started direct deliveries. At the same time, we noticed that the most vulnerable, the unserved part of the population wasn't getting any of our fish. So we pitched an idea to the San Diego Foundation to supply the homeless and the unserved people fresh seafood dinners.
Creating demand for their fish, for local fish, we were able to not only put the fishermen back to work, but we're also able to deliver fresh and healthy food to our families in need.
And the program worked well because of its simplicity. Every Tuesday and Saturday, we'd bring in 400 or 500 pounds of fish and so on. And we'd allocate a fisherman who had to be in on that day with a specific kind of fish. And the chefs had to cut up the fish the same day. It was a fantastic cooperative venture. My hat's off to everybody that worked on it, including the San Diego Foundation, the fishermen, the chefs, and my hat's off to the people that loved eating it. End of the day, that's what this was all about, trying to please that segment of the community that doesn't get this stuff very often. And we were happy to be able to give it to them. And it made the fishermen who participated and the chef feel good about the program. We noticed that there's been a shift from people going to restaurants to buying their fish at the market and cooking it at home. Direct marketing was something completely different from the fishermen. Many of our fishermen had never seen the customer, and this allowed you to get feedback directly from the customer. This is what I like, this is what I don't like. We became part of the community. The market went up about 50%, about 150% of what we were doing before the pandemic, and that level has stayed for another year. We saw some deficiencies in the infrastructure that we have in San Diego. It was built around selling fish to a processor that would process it somewhere far away. Now we were thinking, how do you do it, that you do the processing yourself and pass it along? And for this we need infrastructure. You have to have a processing plant run by the fishermen on or near the docks. You offload the fish, cut it up right there. That's missing. And in order to get that done, we have to explain to the city, the port, and everybody how important fishing is.
It's important to have access to local seafood because it's sustainable, right? If it's harvested in the United States, then it's some of the most sustainable in the world. And local food systems, we've known for a really long time that they're important for increasing food security, for economic stability, for providing jobs, and that's been really amplified during this COVID pandemic.
What a fisherman does is feed the community. As we go into direct marketing, we're going to do more and more. More of the fish is going to stay within 50 miles of where we landed than get on an airplane and go somewhere else. That's our goal, is to expand the desire of the community to eat our fish and therefore not have to sell it anywhere else.